Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for tuning in to The Skeptic and the Psychic with Shay Carroll and Psychic Gen V. Come join us every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Skeptic and the Psychic.
Sup, everybody?
And of course, Miss Jen, as always.
And Miss Shay.
Yes. And
There is no Hogwarts without you, Shay.
That's funny.
Sorry, we've been in a heavy rotation of Harry Potter at my house, so expect lots of Harry Potter references from me.
Expect a lot of Shay going, huh? What?
Oh no, don't say that.
I just shattered her precious little heart.
You did. I'm so sad right now.
My daughter thinks we need to watch every Harry Potter movie, like marathon it every few months. Hell no.
She is a genius. I love her.
Oh, she is. I love her. Yes, she's a genius, but she's too much like me in some ways, and in other ways we just clash, like over her choices in movies and shows, and only because she wants to watch them over and over and over and over and over again. But you know.
See, now she sounds like me. I like to watch movies over and over. I say Kate comes on and you listen to Kate and I talk about Harry Potter. Harry Potter?
Hey, anytime you want, I'll take the day off and.
No, you just have to come on and listen. Be forced to listen to us speak about Harry and Hermione and Ron and Dumbledore and Snape.
You can have her on your YouTube channel. Let's throw some shout outs before we get going, and I forget because you know I'm old and that happens.
Stop saying you're old because I'm older than you.
Yeah, but you're young at heart.
I
have no heart, and I'm an old woman, so you know. Let's see. Of course, we have Wolf, we have Alita, we have, and it keeps scrolling. We have Miss Carrie. Hey, Carrie. We have Mallory. Hey, Mallory. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Alita.
Matt, you forgot about Matt Waddell.
We have Matthew. We have Miss Jen.
Where's Kim, though? I'm sad without Kim.
It's Monday because of my bad misfortune that we're broadcasting on a different night. So to everybody that is in chat, thank you.
Tell us what happened. What happened? Last minute cancellation of Sunday night's show because of a completely unexpected emergency.
Yeah. The pipe in my shower I still don't know what happened, but a pipe broke and made a huge mess and ruined the downstairs neighbor's ceiling and ruined my night, and it was not fun. And then I had the workers in here all day today.
So, do they think maybe it was because of how cold it is? Isn't it snowing there?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I said burst or broken pipe because I didn't know what it was at the time last night. But I think it was the drainage pipe. It just broke. It finally, something happened.
Oh, man.
Like, yeah. So.
Well, if it's like I know a little bit about home repair. Because I'll watch HGTV and all that stuff. But, see, because the Property Brothers would tell you that you have to replace galvanized pipe. So is it the galvanized pipe? Is that what happened?
How the fuck? I don't know.
Oh, man. So how cold is it there?
Oh, my God. I don't know. It's not too bad today.
It's like 48 here, and I'm freezing my ass off.
I think it's under that. It's probably 40. I don't know. Matthew, what's the temperature here? Wait 30 seconds. He'll tell us. Unless he fell asleep again.
Did he fall asleep during our show last week?
No, Friday. He gets up real early and stuff, though. He's a busy guy, so if he makes it through the show, I appreciate it, but he always listens the next day if he falls asleep. He just,
loves the sound of our voices.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Matthew.
He does everything possible to avoid my voice.
I doubt that to be true. 33? Holy snowballs.
It's nice. So the snow's that's nothing. That's not bad.
Luna's here.
Luna.
See, now Matt and Luna are both huge, the Doctor, they're huge fans of that one show. What is it? With the TARDIS and
you just said it, Doctor.
Is it Doctor Who? Doctor
Yes.
Who?
Doctor Who. Who? Doctor Who? Who? Which one?
Just the Doctor.
Just the Doctor.
And we collide with their show on Sundays.
I know. We collide with such good TV.
I know. It's sad.
I don't watch live TV, so I never know what's on. Everything I watch is either on demand, and it takes me 3 hours to watch a hour-long show because I have to pause it while I'm doing everything else.
Busy lady.
Yeah.
So let's tell the boys and girls what we're going to talk about. You have definitions for us.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Warning. This is not our area of expertise.
It is not.
How come? Do you have your volume on? Because I'm echoing.
I got the earbuds. And I got the microphone.
Yeah.
I got the train in the background.
No, it's me every once in a while.
Here comes the train. I blame it on the train. Blame it on the train. Woo woo, blame it on the train.
No wonder why our show's so long. It takes us forever to get into the subject. But it's so fun.
That's what happens when you put two goofballs together.
I was like, what sad news? What'd I miss? They're talking about Doctor Who still in the chat.
If we ship our names together, we're Schniffner. We're Schiffner.
I think J would be easier.
No, I want to be Schniffner. Sniffer. Hashtag Sniffer.
Oh, Lord, help me. Lordy.
I can't even type it. I'm laughing so hard. I'm crying.
Why do we need to be shipped? You do know we're not in a relationship, right?
We are in a relationship. We're in a podcast relationship.
Oh, it's the closest thing I have to a relationship. I'll take it.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. No. All right. So.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Back to the actual podcast. Sometimes I forget that's what we do here. know. Sorry, it's been a long week, man. I know I say that every week, but
I know. When you die, she's going to say, it was a long life, man.
yeah.
And then she's going to come haunt me.
Oh, yeah. There's a few people I'll haunt. Some nicely, some not so nicely.
Please plan on scaring me, because I will laugh and think it's hilarious.
I told you, me and my sister Nicole, we have passwords that when we pass away that only us two know, and we're going to try to get that one word across.
Is the password?
No.
Because I'm going to be disappointed if it is.
No.
All right, cryptozoology.
Cryptozoology.
Something we're both interested in. But
when did I say that?
We'll just play along.
Oh.
We're interested in it, but we know zero schneich about.
Yes, we know nothing. Nothing. I've never investigated it. I've never had an experience with any. So this should be fun.
I was introduced to it by Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Wow. Well, that's better. I'd rather you get your information. I'd rather you get your paranormal information from Scooby-Doo than a few other shows that are out there. So.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
So what does cryptozoology, what does cryptozoology mean, Miss Shay?
Okay, so basically it is the search and the study of animals whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated. So I kind of looked. I mostly used Oxford Dictionary for that one.
Well, can I just throw this in here? Is there anything that is not disputed? We dispute everything. The whole
in
world
life
does.
Or in paranormal?
I'm saying in every aspect. I mean, it doesn't matter what state, country, city, freaking province you're from. We as humans tend to dispute everything.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I wrote this down too because again, a cryptid, according to Oxford Dictionary, is an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, which is almost the same as cryptozoology, but that's the study of. The reason why I wrote that down is because when I first looked it up, it brought up to the Urban Dictionary, and one of the definitions I got, they had it under different things, cryptids, cryptids, but I found this funny, so I'm only reading this because I do find it funny. An obscure, undocumented creature, typically originating from folklore, typically methodical in nature, but not necessarily supernatural. Their existence is only recognized as pseudoscience.
Well, the coolest thing out of that whole thing you said was under. Can you say under for me again? Because that was really awesome. Come on.
I didn't know I said under. Under.
Well, you didn't. No, you said it with a cool accent the first time.
I said undocumented.
No, a little bit before you even read the description. You said, I can't even do it. It was the coolest way you said under.
Oh, sorry, my chat froze. Hold on, sorry. Yes, I wimped out. I picked something easy. I picked Bigfoot.
He is the hide and seek champion of the world. That's not easy.
No, I agree. If anybody has any experiences, make sure you guys type them in chat. If you want to share, that is. So, all right, now that I let out mine, what I am doing, what are you doing, Jen?
I decided to do the Loch Ness Monster. But as I researched old Nessie, I found out she is not alone. There is Champ or Champy in Lake Champlain here it's kind of in the States-Canadian border. And then there's the Ogopogo, which is in the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia. And let me turn my pages. There's Morag from Loch Mora in Scotland as well.
Wow.
She's got cousins.
Wow.
So Nessie pretty much hit the fame in 1933. A picture of her she became sort of famous in 1933, but the picture was published in a Scotland newspaper called the Daily Mail on April 21st, 1934. However, Nessie's story goes all the way back to 565 AD. She was actually recorded as a Catholic legend, and not as in a fake legend, but as in his name was Saint Columba, and he was, I have it written here somewhere. It wasn't a monastery. He's like traveling around to an abbey that was near the Scottish Highlands where Nessie was discovered. So the Loch Ness, Loch being lake. And he and his fellow travelers had heard stories about this monster. They came across a man that had been wounded, and they were asking what happened. And the men that were with him were claiming that he had been attacked by this monster in the lake. And so, I mean, this is all documented in books in this Catholic library. And so St. Columba was staying with companions when he encountered locals burying a man by River Ness. When St. Columba inquired, the locals explained that the man had been attacked by a water beast. Questioning the authenticity, I can almost say that word, of this story, St. Columba sent one of his followers, I wrote in cursive, one of his followers to swim across the loch. The monster approached the man, so Columba made the sign of the cross and instructed the monster to leave the man alone. The monster stopped as if someone had pulled back on it by reins or something, like it was a horse, and then it turned around and fled. Now, this was a little disappointing to me because it kind of sounds like St. Columba was trying to toot his own horn, making himself sound like he was all powerful and was able to control monsters. So I found that a little disappointing. I mean, it wasn't quite as cool as when Scooby and Shaggy figured out that, Nessie was just a robot. But, so, I mean,
Scooby snacks help.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Now, I have to interrupt you because as soon as you started talking, my skeptic itch started. You do know that famous picture that you spoke of?
Yes, in 1934.
Was faked.
Well, that's hearsay that it was faked.
Well, it's hearsay from the guy who took the picture. Because he said it was faked.
But that's what really brought it to attention.
Yeah.
But
all right, we'll say it was allegedly faked. How about that?
Yes, it was allegedly. It's allegedly real and it's allegedly false. How's that? We could compromise. See, we're in a relationship. We just compromised.
Well, see, that proves we're not in a relationship because there's no compromising in my relationships, which is why I'm single.
Shay's way or the highway. Well, but the Morag from Loch Mora.
Yeah.
Did you like that? I said Loch. I threw in a little accent, Loch Mora. There's been reported sightings of her or him that date back to 1887.
Wow.
And in 1981, there were 34 incidents, with 16 of the sightings involving multiple witnesses. 2 men, McDonald and Simpson, claimed to have accidentally run into Morag with their boat. McDonald said he fought off the monster with his oar, while Simpson opened fire with a rifle. Of course, the one named Simpson had the gun. The beast was described as being 25 to 30 feet long, with a rough-looking skin and a dorsal fin, which has been pretty common. All of the sightings tend to say there's a dorsal fin, with 3 humps, and its head was said to be a foot wide. Now, I don't know how much they were drinking. They are Scottish and they were fishing, so I'm guessing alcohol was involved. Not trying to label them, but
I'm insulted. We're so PC on this network, damn it.
Oh well, you know, I'm Irish, or that's what they call the Scot. They call the Scots over in England as the Oryx or something. I can't remember. So I got some Scot in me, so I'm all right. I can say it right.
I'm Scottish. It helps. Matt says it helps catch fish.
It helps catch fish to drink. Hey, Del joined us.
Yep. Did you see Alita's comment? Because I think it's pretty interesting.
Why she doesn't type in the dark?
No, the one before that. It starts off, I actually
have a thought about what those types of monsters are. There is research suggesting that water retains memory. Ooh, what if all of those sightings are residual hauntings caused by really old bodies of water and something in the... And then I'm not even going to try and say that. Well, okay, I'm going to try. Plesiosaur makeup. So, hauntings of an old water dinosaur is basically what she's saying in layman's talk. And hi, Jan, because I'm sure you're with Del. I mean, that's it. What do you think?
I think it's possible.
Everything's a possibility. Interesting.
I think
theory.
If I had to pick, like if you held a gun to my head and picked if these monsters were all real,
mm-hmm.
or if I might have to go with her theory.
It's a great theory.
I'm like 50-50. I don't know. It is. It's a really great theory, and I don't think I've ever heard it before. And I obviously wouldn't have thought of it.
Well, Ailita, we like the way you think.
We do. That's why she was on Friday, and she's coming back in a couple weeks.
On Shay's Paranormal Chat. So anyone who doesn't listen to it, please listen to it. It was a great episode Friday. You know, especially since you had a little guest for about 5 minutes.
The guest host who saved my life. Don't you love your friends when you can just, like, on the spur of a moment be like, I need you to jump on my podcast and take over for 5 or 10 minutes. And they do it. That's love.
Oh, man. Plus it was really interesting, so that helped. Yep. I love you, but all the stuff she knows, her research from her books was interesting. Okay, so let me finish up about my water monster so we can hear about what you found about Bigfoot. So Lake Champlain and here we go again with this, Okanagan Valley, which are the Okanagan Valley is in British Columbia, and Lake Champlain is it's by like Vermont, New York area, and along the Canadian border near. Excuse me, I burped Quebec. So those, of course, are over here in North America. So in 77 is when Champ kind of got her, everybody kind of was paying attention to reports of this. And, you know, she was described as having humps as well, you know, and so has Nessie, so has Morag. They've all been described with having these humps about them. So in 77, Sandy Mancy was with a family. She was with her family out at a picnic when they saw it, and she got a picture, and so that picture's online. And then Ogopogo was first sighted in 46. In 46, Ogopogo was described as being 50 feet long, and Champ was described as being 20 feet long. Now, you know what I didn't look up was how close those two lakes are, because Loch Ness and Loch Mora aren't too far apart. So there has to be some sort of, because I'm a geologist, there has to be. I'm thinking it's possible that there's some sort of underground waterways that are connecting. I mean, it makes sense, right, for these lakes to pop up, that they're attached to some sort of underground waterway towards, you know, where water comes from. Not a geologist.
You're quite a geologist.
Not a cryptozoologist. I can't even say the damn word.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. But I mean, to have again the, you know, St. Columba's story sounds a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Embellished?
Fishy.
Fishy. But, you know, it's a Scottish abbot telling the story, being documented by Odomanon or something like that back in the 6th century. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that far back. All right, so my last bit of... Go ahead, what were you going to say?
I was coughing, sorry. I don't know. Crazy, not crazy. I mean, back then they didn't know as much as we know now, so...
I mean, I think it's possible all stories are a tad bit embellished for effect. Anyway, so I didn't find any of the recent sighting information for 2018, but for 2017, there was a record year for Loch Ness monster sightings. So Old Nessie is logged with 8 sightings for seeing a fin in the water. A woman on her honeymoon spotted her moving in the water on October 2017. A group of friends spotted, air quotes, something huge arch out of the water in August 2017. And then there were 3 sightings in June, and that's normally when B squared comes on, so that's what that alarm was for. 3 sightings in June. Hey, I am committed to my fellow podcasters. 3 sightings in June, 1 in May, and 1 in April. So, and that's just what they logged. That's, you know, like the ones that seem the most authentic. So, I don't know. Do you think Nessie and Morag are possibly the same? Traveling underground tunnels, or, I mean, are they like frogs? You know, because they're said to be kind of reptilian-like, and you know, frogs can change. They can become a male or a female, whatever they need to do to produce offspring.
Yeah.
You know, do they need a mate to produce offspring? You know, what's going on?
I am like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, Matt saying he's heard that they're sturgeons, which are extremely large fish, and I'm not really sure. Dell says something causes hallucinations. They do possibly use Uber, Matt. It is possible. Maybe do they have Uber in Scotland?
well, they probably do have Uber in Scotland, but probably not a big enough one for one of these things. So I would safely bet that they're not taking Uber, but that's just my personal belief. So I do not want to offend anybody that strongly believes that.
They use Lyft.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I don't even like thinking of like water snakes in lakes. So,
oh my, water moccasins? Nah, I'm not even down for that.
yeah,
That's what they have in the
floating
South.
logs, like, yeah.
They have water moccasins in the South. We'd go visit our family when we were kids, and there was a lake on the property, and none of the grandkids or great-grandkids, in my case, were allowed anywhere near the lake because of the water moccasins.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments in chat.
Well, I mean, all the information I found was, was really cool. I think the coolest thing I found was that in 1933 in Scotland is when it became world famous after the story was published in the Inverness Courier. And I just thought that sounded an awful lot like Ilvermorny School, which is the American school for witchcraft and wizardry in the Harry Potter series, actually the Fantastic Beasts. And so I'm just throwing that out there. Because she was from Scotland or Ireland, one. I can't remember now. I don't know. So and if gun to your head, and you can't say it's a yes or no, do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Gun to my head, and I had to choose one or the other?
Yeah, TikTok. What's your answer?
No.
No?
No.
Ah, Shay, but Scooby, just because Scooby and Shaggy found a robot
well,
one
you
doesn't
said
mean
gun
she's
to my
not
head,
right.
and it was yes or no. I would have to go because the scale tips a little bit more to the no. My old saying is anything's possible, but it's not always probable. I don't know. This is why when you were like, I'm doing this one, I'm like, yeah, go for it. Because I just, I don't know. I really don't know. But it's like the scales tipped a little bit more towards no.
Well, Aleister Crowley believed. Alita says Aleister Crowley tried to conjure Nessie up at his home on the loch.
Well,
I think, no offense, Mr. Crowley, but I think Mr. Crowley, dun, dun, dun. I think Mr. Crowley was a little cray-cray.
The reason why I am laughing, sorry, but the reason why I go more towards no is because it's, lakes. And although some of them get bigger, I'd be more apt to believe that something like that could live in an ocean,
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Where there's more ocean than there is land, and so, we don't know everything about it. We don't know everything that lives in it.
Yeah.
So,
and it's deep.
Yeah.
Loch Ness is very deep. It even has tides with the moon. It's such a large lake that it has tide. The moon affects it, and gun to my head, I'm going to say yes. I believe in lake monsters. Now, do I believe it's a prehistoric presence? possibly. But, I'm fantasyful. Okay, I love fantasy. I love the possibility of it all, and I find it very intriguing.
Yeah, well. Oh, I echoed again. Wow.
I hate it when that happens, right? It's kind of trippy, huh?
Yeah, because as I'm talking, I can hear myself.
Yeah. Can you guys hear it in chat? Do y'all hear it?
I'm wearing earbuds, so I shouldn't be able to hear anything, but so.
All right, so bust out some Bigfoot tales for us.
Okay. Well, I didn't actually look up any tales. But I just there's so many sightings and so many good sightings, bad sightings, however you want to look at it out there, that we've all heard the tales, and we all have heard what they look like, what they sound like for the most part,
So are you going to do a Bigfoot call? Do a Bigfoot call. We all want to hear you do a Bigfoot call. Come on, do a Bigfoot call. Come on. Sasquatch is waiting.
You have a better chance of seeing God tonight than that happening.
Such a killjoy.
Yeah, see, they heard the echo too, so.
Come on, everybody. While she has echo, let's talk Shay into doing the Bigfoot call.
Jen, you've known me long enough. That you should know. I cannot be talked in to do anything I don't want to do.
Ah, damn Gemini.
I know, right? Most of my stuff is based on the U.S. area. Because I just wanted to keep it simple. Because once again, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to have some fun with it and do the best I can. So, you just
Sounds
want me to...
good to me. Sounds good to me. Yeah, bust it out, sister.
Well, I know that Bigfoot sightings have been going back further than the United States of America exists. I mean, Native Americans had tales of them long before we ever came here. They, I don't know the exact year or anything because, a lot of that information was passed down through the tribes, but they definitely were seeing them, experiencing them. They said that, let's see, but in 1840, Protestant missionary Reverend Elkanah Walker recorded myths of hairy giants in Spokane, Washington. Native Americans claimed that they would steal their salmon and they had a strong smell. So that's when they first started recording these sightings. She was just recording the stories and recording, or he, I should say, I'm not, he. So they've been around for a long time. At least the stories have. The two top states for America. You want to guess for the sightings of Bigfoot?
I'm gonna guess. I believe Oklahoma is one of the top states, and I want to say Washington State, but I'm kind of leaning toward one of the Dakotas.
According to, now mind you, all different websites say different things, so I verified this through 3 different websites.
Okay.
Washington State,
nice,
is number 1. California is the second. But it
really?
also, that's just in general. Those are where the most claims come from. It depends on if you break it down by how many people live in the state, how big the state is, but overall, those are the 2 most claimed.
Yeah, so my friends Del and Jan, who are in chat, they live in Washington State, and he put Oregon in Washington. And it's like, well, how could, I don't understand how California could be number 2 if Oregon's in between us.
Washington was number 1 on most of these sites, but 2 was runner-up. But again, I think that has to do with how big the state is, and if they go by how many people per state, then it's a percentage,
Ah, well, that makes sense.
So that's why I said, don't quote me on this, but Washington State came up on more than just the ones that I checked into. Now, Bigfoot sightings have occurred in all 48 continental states and Alaska.
Well, okay. Well, but in Alaska, is it a Sasquatch? Because it's it's off of Canada, and Canada they call them Sasquatch.
No, let's see.
Or is it a Yeti because it's in the snow?
Okay, so here are some names that I came up with. In North America, it's mostly called Bigfoot, but Pacific Northwest, Sasquatch, Himalayan area, Yeti, again, also Himalayan area, abominable snowman. Australia is a Yowie. Skunk ape, southern United States. Grassman, Ohio and West Pennsylvania. And I could go on and on, but those are the big ones.
Man, if somebody could talk to him, we'd find out which one he prefers. And I think Yowie is a pretty funny name. Just want to say.
Yeah. I'm just sorry, I was catching up in chat. So, let's see. Let's see where am I?
While you're finding your spot, the Bigfoot hunter people actually were here in Northern California looking for him. They filmed one of their shows up in, it was either Eureka or Yreka. I think it was Eureka. I mean, they have these town hall meetings because so many people are convinced they see him or smell him.
Yep.
I mean, smell is one of the main things people say, right?
Yeah, especially about the skunk apes. They seem to have a stronger odor than the normal, which I guess the normal ones smell just as bad.
Homo gigantus.
Yep. So many different beliefs of who doesn't like pizza, Mal?
Ah, that's true.
Mal says Bigfoot likes pizza. She saw it on the internet. And again, who doesn't like pizza?
I know. Pizza's the bomb.
So, the first footprint that I could find, again, don't quote me on any of this, I could be wrong on every single point. Quoting me. Was 1958, Bluffy Creek Valley in Humboldt, California. How do you say that?
Humboldt. Yep, Humboldt, and that's not too far away from where I live.
Yeah, that was in 1958. In 1967, and I'm not saying whether the footage is real or not real. I'm not getting into that. 1967, the first footage was caught on film by Roger Patterson and his friends. So there's some big gaps there, huh?
Yeah, well, both of those were in California, right?
I forget where the Patterson footage was. I don't remember.
Because I'm just wondering if they were, perhaps, there are other sightings that aren't as well publicized in other states, maybe?
There's sightings almost every day. That's why I didn't go into sightings. And
wow.
There's tons of sightings, and that would be just, I mean, I don't know. It's so, there's so many sightings, and people are going public about them that, it's mind-blowing. I mean, oh, here's something funny for you. All right. In Harrison, this is as of 2017. Harrison Hot Springs, British Columbia, in Canada. a man filed a lawsuit to legitimize and recognize the existence of Bigfoot.
I think I remember hearing that on the news.
Yeah. So,
Now that's some passion. That's, to me, knowing he's going to get made fun of, knowing he's going to get called out and called crazy and all this other stuff. He has to really believe in it.
Well, according to him, let's see. Hold on, I wrote down I saw it on a documentary.
You saw it?
Saw it.
I love it.
It was part of a documentary on YouTube. It was the best Bigfoot sightings of 2018. That's what it's called that I saw this in. But he says he has PhD and he has all PhDs and all this stuff and cops and mayors and to testify to try to do this. But here comes a skeptic in me. It also, the lawsuit, happens to coincide with his documentary Netflix release.
Oh, wah, wah, wah.
So, kind of, hey, Miss Kelly, kind of, I don't know. It just so happens to coincide with this release of your documentary.
It feels...
Which is why I'm not saying the name of the documentary or the guy doing it.
Yeah.
It's that, again, smells a little fishy to me.
Yeah. Little too much. It's drawing attention. So that spoils my theory of why would he fake it and knowing it's going to draw attention to him. Well, that's exactly why it draws attention to his documentary, so he can make money. Yeah. Kind of like the holy man saying he fended off Nessie. So agreed.
I'll give the man the props. Maybe he is doing it for the right reason. But if you're doing it for the right reason, dude, it was kind of bad timing because it just looks funny.
Yeah, agreed.
To me, And
yeah. I mean, he could have... Yet, from the other point of view, that would be the perfect time to do it. Because if you want to get the information out about your Netflix series or special or whatever documentary, why not try and go out and publicize it with a lawsuit?
Why not? Because I don't think lawsuits are a good way to advertise or get
Yeah, I'm not down for being lawsuit happy either.
It could just be bad timing. It could, so I don't know, but it just that was just kind of.
But you're gonna message me the name of the Netflix one later so I can watch it, right?
I didn't write it down, so I didn't write it down to make sure I didn't say it on air. But watch the YouTube video, the best Bigfoot sightings of 2018.
Okay.
That covers them all up to August of 2018.
Okay.
So, I have never encountered any of these, but out of all of them, I picked this one, number one, because I'm lazy and it was easy. Number two, because there's a really good chance that these creatures exist. I mean, out of all of them, there's a good chance that, if...
So what do you think about Sasquatch or Bigfoot actually being some sort of interdimensional creature that accidentally slips through the dimensions?
No, I'm not for that.
What do you think about them being aliens?
I don't think that either.
You think that they are part of our dimension, part of their.
Yeah. If they're real, yeah. That's what I have to go with. Again, I've never experienced it. I don't research them for a living. I don't, but that's just how that's what I think, yeah. Yeah. And Luna's saying she doesn't buy it either.
Yep.
I mean, I think if it's real, if it does exist, it's just, it's some kind of animal.
Well, I believe in them too. I totally believe. I mean, okay, so again, another childhood story, and I think that honest to God, I swear this is just one of my spidey senses that happened when it kicked in. We were in Oklahoma, and my family owned a lot of land, because land in Oklahoma was rather inexpensive. Still to this day, it's very inexpensive, especially, well, compared to California. And we had forests on the land. I mean, nowhere near the house, because my family they were all farmers. They all grew farms and crops, and it was quite a few miles off was the forest. But I remember just being out there one day playing and just having this overwhelming sense of being watched. And so I looked up to where I felt I was being watched. There's that instinct, kind of like when you're on a bus and you feel like someone's watching you, look up and somebody else on the bus is staring at you. That same kind of thing. And it was directed right to the forest. And it was that spidey sense, that psychic sense that just I was a little kid and I just felt Bigfoot. Of course, because again, everyone's heard of Bigfoot, but yeah, because the Yeti was on Scooby-Doo, so of course I saw it. but yeah, I've always just truly believed it since I was a little kid.
I heard stories when I was really little. The one and only person that I know of that ever said they've seen one, I was really little, and it was somebody very, very close. So
someone you would trust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was somebody I grew up with, and it was one of my grandmother's best friends. Lived next door to her my whole life, so she was an aunt to me. And I probably didn't know until I was 10 that she wasn't even my real aunt. It was just a neighbor, but I knew her since I was a baby.
Yeah. What state was this?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
Yep. So, Matt said that I was talking to Matt, which I knew Bennington, Vermont, has quite a few sightings, and I think he said Whitehall, New Hampshire, has sightings. And there was a sighting of one when I did Madame Cherie's in West Chesterfield a couple weeks ago. There was a sighting right around that time. We didn't see it until after the investigation, and my sister sent me the post because we kept hearing noises in the woods, and I always joke, like I've said this before, I always joke. It's either Bigfoot or a warthog, New York. Thank you, Matt. So Whitehall's in New York, I think. So I knew he said it was on the border of New York and somewhere else and stuff, but and I always joke about it. I was like, it's Bigfoot, and actually the next day, she sent me the clipping saying Bigfoot was sighted right there in West Chesterfield somewhere.
Whoa! So it's possible.
But yeah, I've never encountered one, and nor do I want to. You know me with animals. I don't like.
Now I want to say I have a book. We have so many books that are packed because we used to have a spot for a big library at the house we sold before we moved here. And I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, I remember reading. I'll stick with this story. I remember reading about a man who swears Bigfoot captured him and kept him in a sort of cave. Even.
Oh, yeah. I think I've heard about this, but not in a long time.
For like a few days. And then he finally escaped. And he swears it.
I've heard that too somewhere.
That's why he was missing or whatever.
Yeah. There's also a man who claims he shot one.
Yep, he was on TV, and I wouldn't be bragging about killing somebody because
when he went back to get the body not too long after, it suddenly disappeared, and there was no trace of blood or anything. So
yeah, when he thought it was like a junior, it was like a teenager.
Yeah, it was a little one. It was It's
horrible.
Yeah.
Dell says, unless you're a naturalist, you'll never see one. You know what, Dell? I can dream, damn it. I will see one.
What is a naturalist?
A naturalist is someone who spends all of their time outside, who is always outdoor.
That's not me. No.
Well, since this fire, I'll tell you what, I have no desire, since the campfire, I have no desire to live in a forest or near enough to a forest where
I make jokes all the time, but my two biggest fears in life are the dark and the forest. I mean, any type of woods. Those are my two big fears. I do it. I manage to get through it, but if I think there's a Bigfoot or a bat, I love my sister dearly, but her ass is being sacrificed.
I'm Audi 5000.
A mouse, a bat,
a mouse,
any little creature, yeah, love her dearly, but she better protect me. So here's one more funny thing, and excuse me. That time of year again, watch, I'll get sick because I don't have enough going on in my life. I'm not in the chat right now, just so everybody knows, because I'm bringing up screenshots that I saved, but
Or Dell says, or big Batfoot.
Anything, man, dude. So here's a little study, and I don't know how many people were involved. I don't have much information on this. I just find it. So take this information or leave it. I just find it interesting. It's the Chapman University Survey of American Fairs in 2017. Okay?
Okay.
Paranormal beliefs. This is percentage of reporting they either agree or strongly agree with these statements.
Okay.
All right. I know I probably screwed that all up, but this is what
Wait, am I supposed to agree or strongly agree, or are you reading
No.
This is just okay.
This is the people that did the survey.
Okay.
So 55, and I don't even know how many people took the survey.
I still think we should say what we think too.
All right.
Because it's important, our 2 cents.
55% of the people in the survey agreed or strongly agreed with ancient advanced civilizations such as Atlantis once existed.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Atlantis is real.
I don't know about Atlantis itself, but I believe there was some advanced civilization for sure.
For sure.
For sure. All right, so the next one. 52% of these people believed, agree or, I'm just going to say believed, but it means they either agree or strongly agree with. 52% of these people believe that places can be haunted by spirits.
Yeah. Duh.
All right. 35% believed aliens have visited Earth in our ancient past.
Oh, yeah. And I've seen a fucking spaceship.
I have never.
Long pause.
I was going to make a joke, but I decided against it.
I swear to God, I saw one the summer of 1991.
Oh, I believe you. I've just, again, myself, I've never encountered one. But do I believe there's other stuff out there? Yeah, definitely. 26% of these people believed aliens have come to Earth in modern times.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you? I mean, I strongly agree.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how or what or where, but yeah, I think, we're definitely not alone anyways. 25% of these people believe that some people can move objects with their minds.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you hear that? They believe 25% 25% of them believe that people can move things with their minds. Some people. So here's the next one.
What is it called? It's like,
Is it?
Oh, what's the scientific way of saying it?
Is it telepathy? No, it's
no.
telekinesis.
Telekinesis. Thank you. It was right there on the edge of my tongue.
Yeah, I said it wrong.
I totally believe in telekinesis. Not just the guys that make it look like they bend a spoon, but I totally think it's real.
I don't know on that one. I don't have an opinion.
See, Kelly's seen weird lights in Iowa too, northeast Iowa.
Oh, really? I believe in it. I just haven't experienced it. And for me to say I believe in something that I haven't experienced is kind of weird, but I don't believe we're the only species, whatever you want to call us, because aliens aren't humans, so we can't be the only living beings. We just can't be. So that was 25%. Sorry, Jen and Kelly. 19% of these people believe that fortune tellers and psychics can foresee the future. But yet they believe, 25% of them believe people can move things with their minds. I find those two numbers very confusing myself.
I think that's a bullshit answer, and I'm going to tell you why, because that's what I do. I think it's bullshit because people will come to other psychic mediums. They will pay for this. They will listen to it. They will say, it was shit. We'll have something happen the psychic said, and then won't admit it happened. Like
this is just 19% of these people.
Well, they are a bunch of closeted believers. That's all I'm saying.
I just find it weird that more people believe that people can move things with their mind than believe that there's some truth to psychics and fortune tellers. I was surprised when I saw those numbers, because you would think they would believe in psychics and such before they would believe that people can move things with their minds. Wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know. It just, that kind of confused me. But here's the last one, which is why I'm reading it. The whole thing. Only 16% of these people believed that Bigfoot is a real creature.
I just think that a lot of these people aren't being completely honest. What I'm wondering, what was the setting of the quiz? Were they allowed to? I told you up
front, I have no idea.
See, I mean, if they were being asked this by people and had to reply to people, I think a lot of them are going to lie. And Kelly wants me to point out that she wasn't sure what the light was that she saw over northeast Iowa. She just found it unusual, and she couldn't explain. Well, that was important to her. And Dell says if you Google Earth, Eye of the Sierra, that you can see Atlantis.
Oh.
Men who stare at goats. That's right, Dell.
What does that mean?
Well, they made a movie on it. They, during the I think it was the Cold War. Tell me if I'm correct.
Yeah. Dell. Oh, the movie, Men That Stare. Oh, yeah, I never saw the movie.
Yeah.
I remember
I've never seen the movie either.
Who was in it? George Clooney or somebody big was in it, wasn't he?
I believe so.
I can't remember. I never saw it. But
it was about using remote viewing.
Yep.
To see what the Russia. I believe it was the Cold War. Sahara. Did I not say Sahara? I believe it was the Cold War, or the beginning of the Cold War.
It was the old times. I don't remember when, but
yeah, the CIA.
Again, I didn't see it. Now, was it more of a comedy?
The old times.
Older times, meaning movie. It was taking place the movie setting. The movie setting was older times.
It was during our. Well, I don't.
Why is that funny?
It was a World War II.
The setting looked old. Again, I've never seen the movie.
Maybe it was World War II. I don't know.
Hashtag look it up, Shay.
It was the olden times when you had to walk up the hill for 5 miles barefoot in the snow.
I also think when I was 15, that was old times too, man.
It is not that old. We are not old.
Man, I'm going to be 60 in a few months.
Oh my God. I have to tell you about the conversation I heard today. I'm not... You're older than me? You're older than me?
I was kidding.
Okay. So, today I'm at Target.
Wait a minute. Does Del mean the movie took place in 2009?
I don't think the movie's that
Is that
old.
when it was made, or is this the old times?
I think he's laughing. Yeah, 2009 is the old times.
Like, is he telling me that's when all this CIA stuff took place, or is that when the movie was made? Because, man, it looked a lot older. I barely remember this. I'm seeing images in my head of trying to remember the movie.
Of like the trailers, the commercial trailers. Yeah, I can totally... I've never seen the movie either. I mean, George Clooney is easy on the eyes, but I don't know. It kind of seems like he's a dick to me, so I'm not really into his movies. No, I'm going to hear, George Clooney's so nice. Maybe he is. He just, I don't know. Maybe he just kind of plays cocky. He's cocky. So speaking of being old, this millennial... She's
changing the subject quick. She's like, I'm getting...
Because I have to hear this story. You have to hear this. This is fucking hilarious. So this millennial... I know she's a millennial. Sorry, other millennials. Okay, yeah, I'm going to make fun of your era a little bit.
Wait a minute. See, I keep interrupting this stupid story.
It's not stupid. It's hilarious.
I know. I haven't heard it. I shouldn't call it stupid yet, but it's the Vietnam War era.
Vietnam, which is like the 60s.
It's before his
early 70s, late 60s.
Depends on when, yeah.
Maybe.
So, yeah, that's...
No, Vietnam was... Well, God damn it. I'm married to a history teacher. I should know when was the Vietnam War?
My dad was too young for the Vietnam War. So, and then shortly after that, I think he had me. But my mother had me, but he helped in the process.
Korea was after the Vietnam War, and that was the 60s, 70s, 60s, 70s, early 70s. So I'm at Target, and there's this college-age girl, and she walks up to what I would say is a college-age, so
was
early
it Korea
20s.
Before Vietnam?
I swear to fucking God, Shay. She walks up to this employee, and she says, I'm looking for AA alkaline batteries, but never heard of alkaline batteries. Do you know what alkaline batteries are? The kid stands there, says nothing because he doesn't know the answer. So I look at both of them and I said, it's the same thing. Regular batteries are alkaline batteries. Oh, okay, thanks. And then he says, which he was polite enough to call me miss, but he says, thank you, miss. And I was like, no problem.
That's funny.
It says it on the package, people.
Oh, oh, man.
Korea was 1950 to 1958, and Vietnam was 72. See, I knew it. Vietnam was 61 to 74.
Yeah, I knew the Korean War was before Vietnam because my grandfather was in the Korean War.
War, mixed. I swapped them.
That's why I interrupted you the last time. I'm like, wait.
I don't think Scott's listening, so as long as he doesn't listen later, I'll be okay. Otherwise, I mean, he's a history teacher, so
Hey,
I'm embarrassed. You know what? I'm embarrassed that our country has been in so many wars. Can I just say that out loud? That's embarrassing. Makes me sad.
Oh.
We still have 30,000 troops there. Yeah, in Korea. Yep. In South Korea, along North Korean border, we still have troops there. Yup, it's sad.
Let's see. All right.
But we don't talk
As
about
people
politics.
know, I do not talk politics. I do not.
We don't talk about politics on this show.
I don't talk about I don't talk about politics.
Alkaline batteries and ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm going to totally make sure that both my sons know that alkaline batteries are batteries.
How old was this person?
I would say that they were both around my oldest son's age, and he is 20 and a half. I would say they were between 19 and 21, 22 tops, because they both looked very young.
Yeah, you said millennials, and I don't even know what I don't know what a millennial is. I don't even know what I am, so.
The people born in the 2000s, you and I are the X generation. Generation X. I believe.
That sounds familiar to me. That's what I think, but I never know.
We're the cool generation.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, we produced the Beastie Boys. Our generation produced the Beastie Boys, and our generation produced Nirvana and Soundgarden and Temple of the Dog.
Yeah, but the generation before us came up with some great artists that led us to those. So it could be.
They got Led Zeppelin and all of that, but we're a good generation.
I always get confused on what generation I am because I always think I'm older than what I am.
You are not old. I know, you kill me. Stop saying you're old.
I always, even when I was young, I always felt older than what I was. I always acted older than what I was, which is why I'm so immature now. I'm balancing it out.
That's why I've always been silly. That's there is no balance.
Man, I mean, I'm 42 years old, and look at the age of my kids. So that tells you why I always feel old. Right? I'm 42. Yeah, I'm 42. I had to check. Rock and roll. Yes, rock and roll. I love rock and roll. I'm a little bit country too, though.
Are you?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I am.
So now you're going to bring up Donnie and Marie?
No. But that's funny. I'm I'm not that country. I'm so,
little bit.
Sorry.
He's a little bit country. She's a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. I was too young for Donnie and Marie. I was little.
I know her from the Weight Watcher commercials or whatever it is.
Yeah. The Osmonds.
That's right.
Now, Dell's old. If you want to talk about old people, Dell's old.
Jen, you told me over and over again we cannot insult the listeners. You remind me before every show airs not to insult listeners. You can't call them old.
Was that insulting? But that means he's wise.
I know.
This is why I refuse to color. This is why I don't color my hair anymore. Now that I am lucky enough to start getting white hairs, I refuse to color them because I think they show wisdom. Dell's hella smart. He doesn't have any hair.
There you go.
You don't know Dell, so that's not funny to you. But I guarantee you, Jan. Yeah. I guarantee you, Jan's laughing her ass off right now.
Right?
And see, even Eileen agrees, but she has beautiful white hair. Oh my God, she has beautiful white hair.
But she is a redhead at heart. So, us redheads have to stick together. Because nobody else likes us. So we have to stick together. It was Eileen that...
Didn't she say on your show that her and her family, where were they traveling and somebody offered her mom camels for her so they could buy her because of her redhead?
I was, I think I was preoccupied at that moment, but because I remember saying, man, if somebody offered my mother something for me, she probably would have
That was great. I was like, I had no idea red hair was that like intriguing, and I can't remember what country she said. She'll hear it and she'll tell us.
Yeah.
She's laughing. She says she's old. You're not old, Ailita. Dell says he's spiritually old. Spiritually wise. Oh, Yoda. Wise I am. Egypt.
Yep.
There we go. Well, does anybody have any questions that we probably can't answer about the Loch Ness Monster?
I asked and nobody answered, so I was hoping,
So we should find somebody that does cryptozoology to either have on your Friday show or have on our show to talk about. But I mean, do these people mostly talk about? They probably mostly talk about Bigfoot.
Depends on what they. I think each team's different.
So
different.
Why don't we put it out to our listeners? If y'all know a cryptozoologist, I mean, I'm sure we could find one, but if you could recommend one, that'd be even cooler. It will even take information from millennials. As long as you know what an alkaline battery is. I'm hoping all millennials are laughing at this.
Oh, they make fun of us too, so what comes around goes around, so it's all good.
There you go. I know. Let me just say, in all seriousness, we appreciate people of all ages checking out our show, because honestly, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're down for having fun, you are welcome in our group, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Who's Denver Michaels? Oh, Ailita's recommending somebody. Bam! You ask and you shall receive.
There you go, Jen. That's your next task.
You want me to look him up?
Hashtag look him up.
Look him up. Well, you are dealing with, possibilities of your floor collapsing since the downstairs neighbors.
No, we're good now.
Collapsed.
We're good.
You're good now?
They were here all day. They got it. They better have. It's done. Haven't, tried anything, but it's done. We'll see.
Have you got to take a shower today?
No.
Well, you can take a late. Oh, so you got to go another day without a shower?
Yeah, I might be able to tonight. Dude, can you smell me through the radio? Wow.
Through Skype.
Wow.
Oh man! So I know we're wrapping this up, and Shay, as you guys know, Shay and I like to spread knowledge about how to get a hold of crisis lines if you feel as though you're in crisis. We do this show because we like to laugh, we like to have fun, we like to be serious, but most of all, we like to be goofy. Yeah. But because we care. I'm going to go ahead and speak for you, Shay. You and I. We like to be able to cheer people up, or at least give people something to put their palm to their forehead to for an hour once a week. So we would like to promote text lines at the end of this show. Again, we are not affiliated with these lines, but we don't want anybody to do anything that you might regret or may cause somebody else pain.
Hashtag, you're never alone.
Yep, you're never alone. Amen, sister. Yep. So if you're in crisis, you can text message the crisis line 741-741, and all you have to do is text hello to them. And there's also the teen text line, and that is 839-863, or you can call 310-855-4673. So teens, helping teens, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. I do not know if that's Eastern, Central, or Pacific. But again, if you aren't able to get through to the 839-863 number, you can text 741-741. And that's 24/7 and confidential.
And all of our... all of these numbers are up on a page. I'm actually going to put them into an album so they stay there permanently this weekend.
Oh, good.
Or maybe before the weekend, but if not this week, it will definitely be the weekend. So, shameless plug. Shay's Paranormal Chat on Fridays.
Woohoo!
Me. So, December 7th, we have the Southern Gypsies coming on.
That should be a wild show.
It will be a little bit paranormal, a little bit fun, a little bit more paranormal, and a lot more fun. So,
Lots of laughing.
Lots of laughing, yes. The 14th, we have Miss Luna coming on.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! And then the 21st, we have Alita coming back to finish the show.
Woohoo!
So, and I'm behind. I have nobody scheduled for January for once. I was scheduled so far up that I wasn't sure if I was staying on Fridays. Wasn't, so I didn't schedule anything past the new year yet. Thank you. You want to give some shout outs? And then we can wrap this up, please, ma'am.
So someone who I think I'm sure you'd love to have on your show, but I'd like to have her on our show, is Kelly McCarville's in the chat room, and then Dell and Jan from Washington State came in. We love them. Ilita, of course, she's not only a wonderful guest, but a wonderful listener. Then let me see, scrolling. Phone don't die. Wolf came in. Thank you, Wolf. And then Mallory was in for a little bit. She had to leave. We know Matt, the co-owner, was in here. And Luna, of course, Miss Luna. And I'm sad Kim didn't come by, but we did have Carrie. She covered the case. And for everyone who is listening in and didn't join us in chat, we do appreciate you. And please feel welcome. Everyone in chat is amazing. Our chat rooms in all 3 of our shows, you are always welcome. And you will be met with a hello from literally everyone in there. Once you say hi, everyone's going to say say hi to you back. We are a great group of welcoming people, so yes. Please don't be a stalker.
And you can also have your name anonymous. Hi, Kim. There she is. Speak of her, and she shall show up.
Yay, Kim! And for those of you who aren't able to listen to us live, but listen to us on the replay, I've gotten messages. Thank you. We totally appreciate you guys supporting us, even if you aren't able to tune in live. That's amazing. I don't know about you, but I'm just amazed that people want to listen to us.
Me too. I mean, I think sometimes everybody knows. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm not, and that's just it depends on who you are and what we're talking about, but. I think sometimes they listen just to be like, what are they going to say this time?
What the fuck is wrong with these two?
Yeah. Definitely. But,
We need lives, Dell says. Is that what you say when you listen to us, is we need lives?
Probably. Let me tell you. I agree for myself, man, because past friggin' 6 months I've been living, breathing paranormal, and I have not done anything non-paranormal in probably 6 months.
So on our show, speaking of living, breathing paranormal, on our show next Sunday, which is going to be in 6 days instead of 7, do we get to talk about your back-to-back recent investigations?
Yeah, if somebody will just pretend, we'll call her a producer right now, doesn't
Nicole?
Change their mind. No, you.
I am I'm a producer.
I wasn't going to call you out, but...
I'm a producer. Hey, I am a Pisces. I change my mind a lot.
Yeah.
You should know that as a Gemini, since you do the same thing.
I don't change my mind a lot about stuff like that, though.
Well, so more paranormal talk next Sunday. As long as no more water mains break or there aren't any large forest
Next Monday,
fires.
B Squared will be back at their regular time.
Nice. I love. And how much longer do we have to wait for Haruko?
Well, it will be back soon. There's some stuff going on that needs to be taken care of, and as soon as it's able, and it will be on.
Nice. Oh, good. Dell's given us some reassurance. No, we do not. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, I didn't even finish reading it before I read it out loud. And Kim's trying to keep her phone away from her puppy so her puppy doesn't chew up the phone because her puppy likes hearing us. She didn't put that in chat. I'm just ad-libbing that.
Oh. A lot of people pop in and stay for the rest of the show, but they're not in chat. I know. I listen to quite a few podcasts, and I say hi and I put it down and I'm listening, but I'm doing the dishes. I'm sweeping. It's just that's when I multitask because
that's why I like Spreaker, because the phone can rest.
Yep.
And you can just put in your earbuds and do other stuff like load the dishwasher, give your kid a bath, whatever.
I am the dishwasher. I don't have a dishwasher.
There you go. So. Yeah, right. I hear you. I still believe in washing dishes by hand as well.
I'm glad I had a dishwasher when all the kids were little and lived at home, though, let me tell you. Now it's not so bad. Now it's not so bad, but... was that it? Did we cover
I guess that's it. Nobody had...
Kelly says anytime, and I say it over and over. Miss Kelly is welcome on anytime.
Yeah, she recently had an investigation as well. So maybe we'll see if we can corner her in a couple weeks then.
Yeah. She's just going to message one of us and we have no guests scheduled as of right now, so.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good, yep. Right. All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. We will see you next Sunday. Not Monday, because that will be B squared, but we will always in chat, so hopefully looking into adding some new, I don't know what my dog's doing, new shows here soon. So.
And now I'm excited about that.
Yep. So we're working on it, so, and if anybody's interested, they can contact us.
Yeah. If you want to take a trip down the sniffer, I can't say it, sniffer journey, the crazy trip of sniffer, let us know.
On that note, good night. I'm muting the mics. Good night, everybody.
For more information regarding what Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.